So Apple Vision, $3,500, live sporting events.
So NBA, you could buy. There was a courtside seat.
Yeah.
You're doing what the fucking airplane industry doesn't. Overselling tickets. You can triple sell tickets.
There's a whole market here
Yeah.
that people would fucking love.
Think about the monetization.
If I pay $200 to sit courtside at Staples Center, and I'm just sitting there like, in my living room with this fucking big ass
That's the
glasses.
thing.
Hey,
I don't think
Jack Nicholson.
Hey, I don't think people would pay $200. I don't think you would have to charge $200.
There'd be plenty of
They
people
just came
that
out
would pay
with fucking
$200 to sit in their
goggles.
living room
Sure.
and watch finals games like courtside. Come on.
100%.
These goggles are $3,500.
Would spend $20. $20.
How much is the Oculus?
You're selling.
How much is the Oculus?
millions.
It's like $400.
So people are gonna pay at least half that for a ticket.
No way. Not for
20
one ticket. They'll do it one time.
No. If
They'll
they can afford the
experience-
Oculus, they can afford $100 or $200.
Hey, I'll let you
That's
know,
not
like,
true. I can afford an Oculus. I would never spend $200. I would do it one time maybe, and I probably would.
you know, Super Bowl at SoFi Stadium, second level was around $1,100 a ticket.
Yes.
SoFi was sold out.
That's the Super Bowl, and that's for like an actual physical ticket.
Would you do it for golf?
What do you mean?
Like if you could pay, and so you could almost be at every fucking
You're the
tournament.
caddy. Like the caddy has to wear this 360 fucking helmet, and you're the caddy. You just like look around.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I want to know
Listen.
how much you like. If it was $200,
No.
and you have access to the entire tour.
Nope. Wait, $200 and I get a whole season pass?
No.
Now,
No, you have the
now,
tour.
See, that's
No,
my
that's
thing.
fucking crazy.
Like, you don't have to charge $200 because most people don't have $200 to pay for one courtside seat.
Most people
on
don't
the
have fucking
Oculus.
$3,400 to pay for a computer on your head.
But we're talking about like just any of those things. You can get a $200 headset. You can get a $400
What I'm saying is that a
headset.
company would not invest this much money unless people were going to buy it and they can see a return.
Right, but
So-
we're just talking about courtside seats and the cost of those seats. You're saying, oh, look, $200, $300. You could, and you sell 10,000 of them maybe. If those fuckers were $20, you're selling 100,000, 150,000.
They'll give you $20 for upper deck, but courtside is $200.
Yeah.
Wow, on an Oculus?
Why,
Yeah.
why would you? Why
Nobody's
would
gonna
you?
fucking pay it? People aren't going to pay.
People will pay
More
it.
people will pay the $20. You'll make
Think
more
about
money.
it. Think about it like this:
guys
second
are
level
ridiculous.
seats.
People pay $5,000 for courtside seats. Now you're just paying
so
$200 to just.
dumb. You're literally the person that said on the Metaverse episode, if somebody fucking tells me a story about an adventure that they went on and it ends up being in the Metaverse, I'm going to punch him in the face.
That's not an adventure. That's a live event.
That's the difference, though. You'll pay $1,200
I'm not paying
to
on.
go.
I'm not fucking fishing on my Oculus.
Truth.
What is the truth? You're
That if
not
you're gonna
at the
watch, if you're gonna
game.
watch the Christmas game, Lakers versus the Boston Celtics on Christmas, you get to
versus
sit
my
courtside.
TV for free, which is a projector and the size of a small movie theater.
And you get to
Or-
see this aerial shot, or do you get to experience the game at courtside and be able to look wherever you want?
I'm
People are
not
crazy.
paying $200.
This is not about you. This is about people.
Most people.
In your opinion, may not pay that.
Well, how much
What
are pay-per-views?
I've
How
seen-
much is a UFC pay-per-view right now?
$80.
80 to 100 makes sense, but I'm thinking in a finals game at least 200.
What about $100?
Yeah, what about 100? Where's your you think
So
20?
here's the thing.
So
that
as you
guys are
said 20,
forgetting.
we said 200. We're
Listen.
obviously on vast ends of the spectrum.
We're
that
talking
people
about
pay.
two different things here. You guys are talking about what is the price Mike Connor would pay to do this.
Yeah.
I'm talking from a business standpoint.
No, you're talking about what you would pay. I'm talking about what people will pay.
But from a business standpoint, if you had this technology,
Yes.
why would you charge $200 fucking dollars
For courtside seats.
in an Oculus?
Because minimal production. You literally put a 360
But do you
stand
understand that-
right there. $200 for courtside seats. Second level, $80. Nosebleeds, $20. And you get to
That's
experience
the price
game
of a fucking
from the
basketball
stadium.
ticket. Sans the courtside.
Yeah,
which you're
but
not
like-
getting because there's only 30 of them, and 15 to 20 are already given away to somebody.
But think about it like this: Laker
Every
fans
year,
are
every
all
game.
over the country. Knicks fans all
Bro.
over the country.
Okay, cool. So people are paying $200. Do you think? So that's the Monday night game. Do you think on the Wednesday night game they're paying another 200?
Okay, when I
Another
first
What I'm
200,
saying, like-
and then another 200, and another. There's
Let me-
82 fucking games.
As large as the NBA is,
All I'm
$1 billion
saying is
industry,
There's no reason to.
20 million people. You're telling me right now that they couldn't find 50 people that want to watch a game courtside for $200 in
100%,
Oculus?
100%.
You don't think that 50 people wouldn't pay
I
that?
think 1,000 people. I think 10,000 people would do it. Do you know how many people would do it if it was $20? So many more. And that's my point. If you're going to do this, like if you're NBA and Oculus pairing up, it's a revenue game.
So yeah, but why would you give up the best seat in the house for $20?
It's not the best seat in the house.
Yes, courtside is
It's
the
a
best.
virtual seat. You're giving up nothing. You just said it. There's no fucking expense. Like,
But that's
it's
what I'm saying. So
nothing
like,
but a
why wouldn't you
camera.
have
You're
like
giving
talk
up
about?
nothing.
So why wouldn't I go a section back and make
Nobody's
that $20?
watching that fucking game on an Oculus from that row. They'll
No,
watch
not
it
the
on TV.
nosebleeds. I'm talking about like the 100 sections or the 200
Nobody's
section.
doing it. Courtside is the only reason you're doing this.
No, I
Watch
think you
it
can
on
do
fucking TV.
I do agree with that. People will pay anything for any amount of stupid shit.
Some people.
Like Michael Jordan, cold game, flu game, his sneakers are just going for a fucking crazy amount right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people pay whatever. However, if I'm not getting a courtside, I'm not paying for back there because I can get it. It's better on TV.
Do you think it would switch sports? Do you think like there's other sports that would pay more to have like a virtual experience from like the pit crew for NASCAR or the coach, like the sideline, the coach's line for football,
Sideline
manager's
would be
desk,
interesting.
or
I'd
the
pay for
dugout
sideline.
for baseball? Like, do you think that
What if you could sit shotgun in a NASCAR race?
That's the thing. So like probably.
bro?
That would be intense.
Here's the
Imagine
thing.
some dude just driving there and he's just like,
And you just, would you do that? I'd probably
Here's what it
throw
would
up.
look like.
I'd probably throw up. Yeah, it'd be so much. Be
That's
fucking
your-
intense.
Oculus-
oh my god, I don't want to get off subject, but have you guys been to a 4D
You
movie
really
yet?
not? What's 4D?
Like, you know how you want to see a movie and experience the movie, so you go to the movie theater? You don't want to wait till it comes out on DVD or the streams
Blu-ray. I'm a Blu-ray guy.
or a Blu-ray. So you go to the movie theater, you get some popcorn, you get your drink, maybe you get a pretzel for a little bit later. You have your bottle of water that you put on the ground.
Yeah, going
because
to the
of-
movies. Get to 4D.
What I'm
It's
saying,
like we've never been to a movie.
what I'm saying
Say it.
is that when you go to 4D, the seats move, they bounce. You get atmosphere. You're in the movie. 4D is like a roller coaster movie.
So when I was a youngster, I used to think I had an idea.
When you were a young warthog, you did
when
what?
I was a youngster.
Oh, okay.
I had an idea that you could make a movie theaters, right? And then you could put like smelly stuff in the like perfumes and fragrances in the seat ahead of you, and like if there was a fart or like if somebody smelled a rose, you'd get
We're
a
gonna
puff.
wrap up this segment. We're gonna thank Obi for coming today.
I'm gonna take off.
Oh, Obi, you got another show though. Let's talk about that.
Because I do have a show called Papa Don't Preach. It's a podcast that you can get on Google Play, Apple TV, YouTube, Instagram. We're on TikTok. Come
that
find
why
us.
Wait, aren't you on the Spotify too?
I'm also on Spotify.
OnlyFans.
I have a channel called Only Dads. It's mostly shirtless, mildly out of shape men doing mundane tasks around the house.
Teaching you how to clean your gutter out.
Yeah, you just reach up there, you look at the camera, rub a little bit of leaves, a little bit of grease on the pectorals. I'd like to say they're pectorals, but they're between moobs and pecs. They're not quite man boobs. They're not quite pecs. They're right in between.
All right.
Sounds like you're making a killing over there. Well, thanks for tuning in.
Pow, pow, pow. Like and
Yeah.
subscribe.
Like, dislike if you didn't like it, that's fine. But like, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Can I get a top off, hang out with these white dudes a little longer, please?
Don't blame you. Don't blame you. Thanks, Obes.
Jesus Christ. Talk forever.